Not again, my fellow Nigerians. What you are looking at here, this is a mass grave. They are mass burial almost every time in Nigeria. The innocent Nigerians are going down by the enemies within. The enemies within working with the enemies outside due to some ungodly interests, ungodly agenda, hiding under a disguise of religion. Just listen.
26. The Nigerian army, especially Army Division, Operation Handekai, who are fighting the ISWAP, Islamic State of West African Province, they made a shocking revelation. The photographer of the Nigerian army has revealed that a well-notable Palestinian is the one training ISWAP in Nigeria, and a Moroccan doctor, a medical doctor from Morocco, is the one who is serving as a medical doctor to this terrorist group in Nigeria. This revelation comes amidst the debate of the Islamization of Nigeria. So in this video, we are going to look into what do they want, like what will make someone from Palestine, okay, in the Middle East. When you hear Palestine, you know what I'm talking about, mixed with Israel. What will make him to flew to Nigeria, enter Nigerian territory, and start training terrorist group in Nigeria? It is because of the interest. What will make a Moroccan medical doctor, you know how much they pay medical doctors in Morocco? What will make a medical professional to leave his job in Morocco and flew into Nigeria and start treating terrorists, ISWAP? What will make him to do that? That is what I want us to look into in this video. Now, this is a revelation from the Nigerian army, and it has been published by so many news medias in Nigeria. But I just want us to understand something about this news. Not because this news is shocking or this news is not something that is not common in Nigeria. No, it is common. Every day we used to see something like this. But I want us to see and know what is actually happening and why are they present with ISWAP in Nigeria. And that will link us to what do ISWAP want. If Palestinians could come and start training ISWAP in Nigeria, Moroccan doctors are coming to be their doctor, then what is the mission and purpose of ISWAP? We are going to look into that in this video, because the mission and purpose of ISWAP is simple. You can find it in their handbook. You can find it in their channel, though they have deleted the Telegram channel now. You can find it anywhere. Their mission is to overthrow Nigerian government, install an Islamic State which will be governed by Sharia law. This is their mission. So Palestinians coming to train them should make you understand the international business of terrorism and Islamization in Nigeria. A Moroccan doctor coming to train them, it speaks volume. Now, this is what Punch newspaper reported. There are so many newspapers who have reported it, right? It says, recovered ISWAP footage reveals Palestinian trainer, Moroccan doctor, army. Recovered ISWAP footage exposes a Palestinian trainer and Moroccan doctor operating within the terrorist network, highlighting foreign support for the group. Then I'm just going to summarize the article for you. Let me read the first, the second, and probably the third paragraph. Stay with me. Let us analyze this. Troops of Operation Handekai have neutralized an ISWAP cameraman and recovered video recordings indicating the presence of 3 foreign terrorist facilitators, including a Palestinian identified as a group trainer and a Moroccan serving as a medical doctor for the insurgents. The acting military information officer joint task force for Northeast Operation Handekai, Captain Mohammed Goni, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday. According to him, the operational success was recorded on Saturday after troops foiled an infiltration attempt by members of the Islamic State West African Province into Cross Kawa in Kukawa local government area of Borno State. I've said this time with that number. If not because of the way Nigeria is, if not because of people who have sympathy for terrorism in Nigeria, I know that these terrorists disturbing Nigeria, they will not spend 1 month. They will be neutralized. They will be defeated. You see, the presence of people who are sympathizing with terrorists is the reason why so many people don't believe in Nigerian army. Is the reason why so many people don't want to work with Nigerian army. But anytime they have good directive, like direction, anytime they have direction to fight terrorism, and there is no saboteur among them, you will see result. Anytime they are being directed, either by anybody to go and fight terrorism, and there is no saboteur among them. When I mean saboteur, people who is going to leak secrets of their movement to terrorists. Anytime those people are not around, you will see result. Now, the cameraman of the ISWAP was neutralized. Somebody who video if they are attacking, who video those things, he was neutralized, and they saw the photos. They could identify a popular Palestinian who is training them. They could identify a popular Moroccan doctor who is serving as their doctor. This is just their business. Now, for you to risk going to another country to do this, you must be equipped, you must be backed by foreign interests. Yes, there are so many foreign interests, and when I mean foreign interests, I mean nations, who are in support of Nigeria becoming an Islamic state. This is issue of wanting Sharia to take over Nigeria. That is what these terrorists say. Before you say, Coach, that is not it. I'm not saying it. I am quoting the terrorists. Do you get me? I am quoting the terrorist groups. I'm quoting ISWAP, quoting Boko Haram, quoting Dakurawa, quoting Undo, quoting ISIS, quoting ISWAP. All of them, they have one mission. Their mission is to overthrow the Nigerian government, establish an Islamic state which will be governed by Sharia law. So, if this is their mission and Palestinian people are joining them, Moroccan people are joining, so you should understand everything we have been saying before. So, this is not Okocha Pimase bringing it out. This is Nigerian army exposing that Palestinians and Moroccans are joining these terrorists. And it is only one thing that could make them to join them. That is Islam. These are extremists. You understand? A lot of some Muslims, if they hear about this thing, they will be surprised. They will say, oh, is this thing going on? Yeah, it is going on. It is going on. This is the problem we are facing. This is a big problem we are facing. So, this is just to clarify some controversies. This is just to clarify some doubts and what some persons are saying about this issue of terrorism in Nigeria. They have their mission statement. They have what they want. I am not disputing the fact that people who are doing all these minors, terrorist bandits that the Chinese people are using, and other people, and I'm not saying that mineral and all those issues are not contributing to insecurity in Nigeria. They are contributing, right? Politics is contributing. But the main agenda of these people, for example, now, if you want to say what is the mission of OPC or Oduduwa People's Congress, their mission is to bring Oduduwa Republic, a Yoruba nation. Okay, when you hear about Biafra Group or IPOB, you know their mission. Their mission is to gain independence, to have their own states of Biafra. So when you hear Boko Haram, what do they want? They want to take over the government of Nigeria, install Islamic State, and impose Sharia. He said it's their mission statement. You understand? They are not even saying we want to separate you. They want to conquer you. They want to take over. They are not like Oduduwa People Congress, who said we want our own country in peace. They are not like Biafra Group, who said we want our country in peace. But what these people just want is that we want to conquer this territory. We want to conquer Nigeria. We want to defeat them, take over them, enslave the people. This is just actually what they want. So, it's so unfortunate anyway. It's so unfortunate. But more and more revelations will come. Don't forget how Iranians and members of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard sent weapons to Lagos and it was intercepted. Jonathan administration sued this Iran IROGC, their Revolutionary Guard Corps. Go and Google it. Jonathan administration sued them. Why are they sending weapons to Nigeria? Islamization. Now, Turkey, Egypt is also an Islamic state, right? Egypt intercepted the conversation of Erdogan advisor on security. Okay, national security advisor. His name is, what is his name again? I've mentioned it countless times. Okay. He was making calls with the, what is it called? Turkish Airline CEO. So they intercepted their call. I published it time with that number. You can also go and Google it and hear for yourself. When Turkey was shipping weapons to Boko Haram in Nigeria. Why is it that all these people are desperate to funding terrorism, supporting all this Boko Haram? It is because of one thing. They want to turn Nigeria into an Islamic state. The way they turn Egypt to Islamic state, the way they turn Morocco to an Islamic state, the way they turn Turkey to an Islamic state. All these countries I'm mentioning, they will never an Islamic state. So Nigeria is their next target. But it's so unfortunate that people fail to understand this.
I've served the military intelligence for the past 35 years. It has always been the case. Our problem is religion and social-cultural. I mean, people will expect me to come here and start talking about kinetics, about operation and so on. I've been an operational commander all my life. I've commanded warships, I've commanded troops, I've commanded men outside Nigeria and so on. But I'm not going to come to your station to discuss kinetics. The problem is not kinetics. In 2017, 2016, I'm always a member of the Security and Intelligence Brief at the Defense Headquarters. I said the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. Yep. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence. Okay. And the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that government has refused to try them? You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. Why should a government try to cause this kind of embarrassment and insecurity to the sense of what happened yesterday? And the solution I gave them in 2017, because when I identified the center of gravity for General Lanshokin, and they couldn't pursue it, because some of them were ministers. And what I'm saying now, the Department of State Services are listening to me. They know them.
Yeah,
So the solution I gave them was that if we can't pursue the policy strategic level, because the people that we need to talk to are also, going to be difficult to deal with. I said what they should do now is to conduct two things. We should buy blimps. The blimps are not UAVs. They are not drones. Blimps are equipment that can fly up to 10,000 feet, 30,000 feet, static if you want, mobile if you want, and they carry a lot of payload. We saw them in Afghanistan. We saw them in Kenya. This will be something that can give us real-time intelligence. And we can know where these bandits or terrorists, where they emanate from, and when they finish operations that they've done, where they go back to.
Okay. Well,
they did not buy this equipment up to. This government does not want to resolve this problem. They are escalating it because of tribal and religious sentiments.
So when you say this government does not want to resolve it, don't forget the same government has purchased. In fact, they're going to induct the Super Tucano jet because of, the insecurity situation. They have, the president has had to change guards, as it were, as a result of people's clamor. I imagine if that was not in the thinking, why would you go that length to make some of the, some of the pronouncements, the meetings that have happened, the purchase, the change of guard and the rest? Why would they do all that if they don't want to sort this?
Because that is not the solution. What you just mentioned is not the solution. When you have a problem at policy level, strategic level, operational level, when you have a problem, what you need to do is to identify the center of gravity of that problem and attack it. That's what you do. What they are doing is not attacking the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram and insurgency. So if the president is buying Super Tucano, is changing service chiefs, that is not the solution. We are looking at the wrong side. It's not kinetic. It's politics.
Are you ruling out kinetic altogether?
I can't rule out kinetic because
so it's
a spectrum. It's a spectrum, you know, so you can't rule out something. But the center of gravity is what they should look at. And what is it? I'm saying it on this channel. It is the sponsor of Boko Haram and bandits.
And speaking about the sponsors, you know, when you say the DSS, and yeah, they could be listening to you, but so they profile, part of their responsibility is to profile all of these persons before they either vie for elections or before, excuse me, they are nominated for any of these positions. Doesn't that happen? Don't they get intel and say, look, this and this is what we found, and then we don't think that this should proceed further? Doesn't that happen?
It does. You know, when I worked with the DSS in 2007, because when Yaradua approved the operational order that we did, we now have to work together as a team. He actually forced all of us to sit down together and work together. I was surprised at the tremendous amount of information had by DSS. I was shocked. We in DI, I was in Defense Intelligence Agency, and when they were forced to bring out the files, I was shocked. They have so much information at DSS presently as I'm talking about what I'm talking about. They have. But you see, if a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the commander-in-chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized.
You know, assuming but not conceding that, I mean, that all of this is the case. So what is the end game? Because I imagine as a strategist, that's what you think about too. So these things are happening. What is the end game? So why will this be allowed to fester? For what purpose?
The end game for them, because we did, normally when you want to look at this type of challenges, what you do is that you go through what we call the intelligence circle. Okay? When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country. And it's a mindset. And anything goes. In other words, 10% casualties, 20% casualties is allowed in trying to achieve the end game of Islamizing this country.
That's for the terrorists, the bandits.
It's not for the terrorists and the bandits, for the sponsors. Because I told you, and I will repeat on this channel, the sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandits are the problems. And defense headquarters, the army headquarters, the naval headquarters, the air force cannot do anything about that. Buhari has to do something about that. The Interpol has the list of those people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I work with Interpol. They should ask, if they don't know, they should ask. The government of Dubai, they have the list of those people. During the trial of those people that were caught, names were mentioned. They have the list. The government also told us that they've arrested 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Why should a government not try those people and bring peace and harmony and safety to this nation? Why won't a government do that? those people that are going to harass cadets and officers in NDA, they live around the place. I know NDA very well. I was in Georgia, I was in NDA as young officers, and I know the area very well. They live around the place. So why can't you put up a blimp that can see what they are doing in real time and eliminate them? Why won't you do that?
In fact, there were more details saying that some persons slept up, but we'll come to that hopefully. Marco has got some questions for you.